It is November 18th, 2017. We're here at 6839 Clara Lee Avenue in San Diego, California, 92120. We're going to inspect the main sewer line. We're here above the hall bathroom, just to the right of the doorway entrance. We're going down the original 2-inch steel vent. This will lead directly into the main sewer line. That's a T-junction you see right there. That picks up the vent for the lavatory sink. The tub is on the other side of the bathroom with its own little vent. Okay, here we have our transition into the horizontal line. So this is original cast iron pipe. There is a crawl space, so some of this is accessible under the house. Push across this line. You can see some little buildup on the right and left sides of the wall. So you can see some rough edges there. That's kind of the walls of the pipe that are starting to corrode and flake out a little bit. So you can see there's little pits here and there, and the little thin walls of the pipe, because it's cast iron steel pipe, are just starting to corrode out a little bit. Okay, here we have a T-junction on the line. This should be picking up the other bathroom that is right off of the kitchen, and then off of that bathroom right behind it is also the laundry, which is back to back with that bathroom in the garage. So that T-junction we see right there is going to be the kitchen, the other complete bath, and the laundry where it empties into the main sewer. So what we're going to do is we have another camera set up at the other junction, and we're going to go ahead and push past this T-junction just a little bit, and now we're going to pause the video and move over to our other camera and see if that is in fact the correct junction. Okay, so we're now on the other side here. Again, that's the water heater vent. This is the vents for the bathroom. We'll go down this original 3-inch steel vent. This will lead directly into the main sewer line. Here's where the toilet empties in, off of this side of the house. Okay, this is all original cast iron pipe as well. So you can see on the right hand side there, a little bit on the left, but our camera's angled pushing to the right. You can see that thin little flaking debris that's on the wall of the pipe on the right side there. It's essentially the wall of the pipe is starting to give way and rust and corrode out, basically. The thin little layers are beginning to peel off, essentially, like layers of paint. So you can see right there the little cracks and crevices on the layers of cast iron that are starting to fall apart there. So both pipes so far on the right and left hand sides, we've got obvious indicators on the inside of the pipe, so as well I'm sure there's probably some on the outside, that the pipe is starting to be at the end of its life cycle. It is still functional right now. We'll have to check to see if there's any leakage under the house, but it is going to require some repair at some point near in the future, so you can see all that. So the first time somebody has to snake or hydrojet to clean out this line in any way, shape, or form, you can see that all those little scales on the wall of the pipe are going to get hit and fall off into the line, and then that's either going to cause possibly the pipe to corrode and leak, or all that heavy metallic flaking debris could actually lead to more stoppages and more problems, because it'll fall in the pipe and be staying inside the line. So you can see all that there, just heavily corroded, just due to age. It's the age of the pipe, the cast iron. You can see a little flaking and cracking right there as well, the angle the camera's pointing at there. So this pipe, I would probably say, is definitely at the basically the end of its life cycle here. And we'll go under the house to see if there's any current active leaks and how much of this is under dirt or is completely exposed. We're going to keep pushing down the line here. see all that just flaking and peeling away from the side walls there. That's the pipe just falling apart. So this pipe is looking a little worse on the inside than the other line. The other one had that, but this one's a little bit more severe. Okay, looks like we're coming up on our T-junction, and yes, in fact, here's the T-junction, and here's our other camera. So that's the other camera spring that we just started from the other bathroom. So that's the end of this little line, so it's about a 20-foot run across where it ties in. This does appear to be a straight shot, so it looks like it's running just under that side wall, so we'll have to see if in the crawl space it's next to the foundation wall, but at some point it does leave out the front of the garage area, and it's outside of the house itself where this T-junction is. So we're now going to go ahead and pause the video and move back to the other camera. Okay, so we've now got the other camera hooked back in. We're now going to go ahead and continue down the line, so you can see that little scale and buildup on the right side of the line there, and on the left. Our camera's pointing a little bit more to the right, but both sides. So looks like the line is starting to give way on that right and left sides. We're getting a little swelling and cracking and flaking away of the cast iron pipe here. But again, right now it is still functional. We just can't say how long this could completely get to the point that after one time being snaked or hydrojetted, that it'll start to crumble, fall apart, and exacerbate the issue to the point where it's not functional. Right now the unit is also vacant here, so we don't have anybody using the system. We did flush each toilet one time to put some water down the system in case we were looking for any bellies or sags in the line, which are pockets that would be holding water due to either heavy buildup, a blockage, or a misaligned pipe. The bottom of the pipe's got just a little bit of buildup on it, but nothing abnormal for the age of this cast iron. But again, it's our side walls that we're mostly concerned about right here. So, a little build up there. We're probably past the driveway in the garage area. We apologize, our distance counter for some reason stopped working when we unhooked and hooked the camera back up again. We're going to push out and see where the property line cleanout is. We didn't see it exposed under the rock bed on the front of the sidewalk, but we will go ahead and locate that when we get to that point coming up here. Okay, and that's right here. So we're right here at the property line cleanout. So vertically right there you can see there's a T-junction. That's the property line cleanout. That's going to be anywhere from 1 foot to 3 feet typically in front of the city sidewalk. And that's where this horizontal pipe is going to make a vertical downhill change to get to the depth that the pipe off the street connection is. So we'll locate where this property line cleanout is so everybody knows in case they have to dig up or replace this horizontal pipe. Right here we have a 45-degree turn. So we're now headed down at an angle going deeper. And then right here we're making the corrective 45-degree turn, and we sweep and turn into the horizontal pipe, which is now clay pipe. So we've transitioned to 4-inch clay pipe. Clay pipe looks good still. We're typically looking for root intrusions in clay pipe because it's how it's connected. We'll build up on those junctions, but we're not finding any root intrusions or any cracks in the clay, so that's good. Okay, here's our turn and our sweep. where we're now going to be going down and into the city line. So this is the dump into the street where it's connected into the city. So that's the end of this horizontal lateral line for this house. You can see the water running through there, a small stream. That's from the other houses in the street. So we're now going to go ahead and pull back, and we'll go ahead and locate where the property line cleanout is. So we're just going to pause the video till we move back to that spot. Okay, so we've pulled back to the clay right before the cast iron ends. This is right on the edge of the city sidewalk, right after the rock bed of the front yard. The pipe is right at about 6 feet deep, and we just wanted to show this and mark it so that in case somebody ever has to replace all the cast iron, including that vertical run, they'll know how deep they'd have to go. So again, we're going to mark this with some green chalk on the sidewalk, and we'll bring our camera down to give you a view of it when we're done up top here. But right here you can see this is where the cast iron is ending, and now it's going back vertically up. So that was that depth mark. So now as we come back up, we're here at the property line cleanout area where this horizontal is making that turn with, again, that T-junction that's buried. So we're going to go ahead now and pause the video and locate this. Okay, we've located this property line cleanout. So again, this is where this cast iron horizontal line also then becomes that vertical pipe to go really deep. This is about 3 feet in front of the city sidewalk, and the pipe is 31 inches deep, so it's right about 2 feet 7 inches deep as far as the bottom of the pipe here. So that cleanout will be a few inches higher where it was capped off originally. May have been extended at some point, unlikely, but it's all buried with rocks either way right now. So we have a flag in the ground denoting the PLCO, which stands for property line cleanout, with the 31-inch depth, and we've driven that into the ground, and we'll show that as well as, again, the sidewalk area. So we're now going to come back across the line here, and we're going to do one last location, and that's just going to be in the front area here where that T-junction is, where the other side of the house picks up this part of the main line. So we can just show that on the front of the property in case one day or anytime soon it has to be dug up. They have a specific idea of where that's at. Again, the crawl space probably has both pipes showing somewhat, but then it's going to be a lot of work to get them, obviously, after that, buried underground, and they're going to be under the concrete driveway area. Okay, here's our T-junction. So we're going to move right at the T-junction right there. We're going to go ahead and pause the video and locate this. Okay, we've located this line here, right where this T-junction is at. The pipe is only 18 inches deep. This T-junction is right at about 4 feet before you get to the first steps leading to the front door. The pipe coming from the right side there, from the kitchen and the other bathroom off of there, that is coming under the concrete walkway, of course, after it leaves under the house. And this other line that we're in right here, this is actually just to the left of the concrete as you leave the front door. There's some red bricks and some other rock beds, and we've marked that, and we'll show that. We'll bring the camera to ground level. So that could be accessed and dug relatively easily. However, right after that, it does pass under the complete concrete driveway in front of the garage. So if the line has to be replaced, that's going to be a little bit bigger of a task, of course. So we're now going to go ahead and pause the video, bring the camera back out, and bring it down to ground level. Okay, we moved down to the ground level, so here's the front door, the steps, and the paneling leading to the garage. And so you can see right here we marked with green chalk. That's the line with an arrow coming across the stepway that is from the bathroom next to the kitchen, and as well as the laundry. Then here the other line with the red disc coming across, that's the other main sewer that's then heading across, and that's the position of that pipe as they both leave the house, and this is where they intersect basically. So that's the depth, again 18 inches. We're now going to pause and move over to the city sidewalk. Okay, we're now here at the front of the house. We just wanted to go ahead and again show, so right next to that post, you can see the two little red triangle squares, and we have a flag in the ground right there. It says PLCO 31 inches. So that is where the property line clean out is buried, and that's also, again, more importantly, where the horizontal pipe is ending and becoming vertical. Then it goes down vertically all the way down, and it corrects right in front of the sidewalk. So that chalked area there in our little yellow disc, that is where the pipe is almost 6 feet deep, and that's where the vertical ends and the clay and horizontal begins, again, as you saw from the inside of the pipe. So just to give everybody an idea of where the pipe is, and if it ever has to be repaired or replaced, all the way to this point where things are at. So we're now going to go into the crawl space of the house and just re-verify any other of the problems with the cast iron from the outside wall of the pipe. So that concludes this recording.